Morning, welcome to another Crafting with Em, and today I'm going to show you how to make a placard for going on marches and things, because there's lots of stuff going on in the town at the moment and I kind of want to get involved with that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we're going along. So as always, we are very much reduce, reuse, recycle. So I have here a panel from a cardboard box that I've used, and I've painted it white just with some emulsion that I had knocking around the house, and I've let that dry so that we can crack on with the making, and I can talk to you a little bit more about that. So I've just got some red paint. I put a little bit of Payne's grey in it because I had some of that knocking around, because I didn't want a happy red, I wanted a Scorsese red. Cameron Diaz fans out there will like that one. Right, here we go. So part of the reason for doing this, and I've never made a placard before and I couldn't really find anything that was particularly helpful online, so what I have done is put some roughly words on there, but really it is about just going with the flow and seeing what you feel like. And normally these are nice and bright and airy, but this latest thing with the swans, it's just all too much. It's just all too much. They're here, and last year we had all the swans here, and now the swans are gone, and people saying that they're eating them. Well, I don't think they're eating them. I think, it's all right when it starts off being about newts and frogs and toads and bat eyes and everything else. But when they start taking the king's swans, God save the king. There's trials in the town tomorrow, and that's what this is for. That's where we're going, because I'm fed up with stuff being taken from us. They come here and it's just, they're just taking over, and it's not good enough. And I know people saying it's conspiracy theories and this and it, but it can't be that all the time, can it? Look at the swans, right? We didn't know. Now I'm going to have to wipe this down a bit, because I'm just getting cross with the whole thing, and it's just not quite working the way that I wanted it to. And you can always come and join me on the march tomorrow. Now it's very clear what the law says. If they're found guilty, and it will be a fair trial. Oh, Mr. Hopkins. Now Mr. Hopkins, he's my hairdresser's brother's sister-in-law's cousin, knows him really well, and so this is just a rough going over the first time. I'm going to have to go over this again and put a second layer down. It really is time. It really is time. We have to start claiming back our own heritage. Stop these people coming in with their ways and causing all of this trouble. We didn't have any of this trouble before they turned up, when we had all the swans. Now it's the swans that are key to this. It was all right. It was all right with bats and eyes of newts and toes of frogs. Nobody turned an eye, a bat's eye, a thing. Anyway, first coat's on. I'll give you a quick look at this, and then we can see where we can go from there. I didn't know how windy it's going to be tomorrow. So it's handheld size, but if not, normally you'd have a piece of wood, but I haven't got a piece of wood to hand. So what I was going to use was my broom. I was going to use my broomstick Lily to pop along the back of this. I do love Lily, named after Lily Savage, but obviously, drag queens, we're not going to go down that route, because obviously with all the stuff that's going on in America with them and that, so and that's a thing for another day. So anyway, let me just show you what we've got so far. As I say, work in progress, still a bit wet paint. There we go. Can you see? Now the law is very clear. It's a capital offence And I know they do other things up in Swindon and Scotland, but this is what we do here. What was that? Sorry, what was that? What do you mean I spelt it wrong? Oh, what do you mean I spelt it wrong? I checked this on spell check. Oh, now there's a knock at the door. Can you go to the door and see who's out there? Yes, what do you mean odd socks? Of course, what's wrong with wearing odd socks? Nothing wrong with wearing odd socks. No, I've got City and Guilds. No, it was a joke. Honestly, it was a joke. I didn't mean it. No, please. Please, no.